Next, I'm going to look for my safety equipment. I need a B, C rated fire extinguisher, up to date, fully charged. Make sure I have 3 reflective triangles, not cracked, damaged, or broken. I need 6 auxiliary fuses. Alright, I'm going to turn my key on. I'm going to do a safe start. I'm going to make sure my oil, the gauge, is rising to proper pressure. Make sure my water is raising to proper temperature. I'm going to tap my accelerator, make sure my tachometer works. I'm going to check my speedometer on the road. I'm going to make sure I got enough fuel to make it to a truck stop or to get partway through my trip. I'm going to look at my primary and secondary air gauges and make sure that they are rising to proper pressure, about 120. I'm going to write my miles down so I get paid for my trip. Also going to make sure my ABS light is functioning. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to turn my defrost on. Make sure it blows on my face. Make sure it blows on my feet. I'm going to turn my wipers on. Check them on high. Check them on low. Make sure they squirt fluid. I'm going to turn my left blinker on. Make sure I have the indicator on my dash. Turn my right blinker on. Make sure I have the indicator on my dash. Turn my hazards on. Make sure I have an indicator on my dash. I'm going to turn my headlights on. Make sure I have a high beam indicator on my dash. Alright? When you get right there, tell the examiner you want to stop and make sure that you got everything. Just kind of mull back over. Check the floorboard, your seat belt, steering wheel, both horns, everything that had to do with glass. Check my defrost, check my lights, check my wipers. My lights included everything on my dash as far as indicators. And I checked my safety equipment and made sure that I did a safe start. All my gauges work, everything's rising to proper temperature or pressure. Okay, so when you get that done, he's either going to ask you to do a tug test and ask you to do a service brake test, or he's just going to have you explain it to him. Either way, still the same. One day's the truck moving, one day's not. Alright? So what you're going to tell him, my truck's running, I'm push my clutch in, and I'm going to check my trailer brakes first. So I'm going to make sure that my emergency brake is engaged. It's out. I'm going to disengage my parking brake. Alright? I'll put it in first gear. I'm going to let my clutch out slow until I feel it tug. My trailer brakes are working. Alright? I push my clutch back in. Knock it neutral. Now I'm going to push my emergency brakes in because I need my trailer to roll free. And I'm going to pull my parking brake out. I'm going to check my tractor brakes. Push my clutch in. I'm going to put it in first gear. I'm going to let my clutch out slow and easy until I feel a tug. My trailer brakes are working. Alright? Reach and grab my trailer brake. Alright. Now I'm going to tell him I'm going to do a service brake test. Service brake test is very simple. Push your clutch in. Release your brakes. Put it in first gear. Make sure that your steer tires are straight. And you're going to tell him or her, I'm going to roll forward about 5 miles an hour. Excuse me. With my hands off the steering wheel, I'm going to gently apply the brake. My truck should stop straight. If it doesn't stop straight, I could have a brake problem or a suspension problem. Alright? From there, move right on to your pump down. Pump down is very, very, very important. It has to go in order. You can do the glass first, then your seat belt, then your steering wheel, then your safety. However, it doesn't make any difference. I do all the glass at one time, so that's how it fits in my head. Alright? I'm sitting here, first thing I do is my seat belt. You get the idea. I'm going to turn, put my hands on the steering wheel, so I just check everything kind of in order. Alright? Y'all do it however you want to do it. I suggest you do it the order that I do it because I think it's a little easier, and I've thought about this a lot. Okay? I'm just trying to help you. You don't have to, just suggestion. Pump down. I'm going to make sure, positive sure, that my wheels are chalked Alright? So my truck's running, so I got adequate air in primary and secondary air gauges. I'm going to shut my truck off. The truck's not running. Alright? I'm going to turn my key on. My key is on. My tractor is not running. My key is on. My tractor is not running. With my wheels chalked, I'm going to begin my test. First thing I'm going to do is release both my brakes. Push them in, release them. Not going anywhere because I'm chalked. First thing you do, with my foot off the brake, I should lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute. Count it down. 59, 58, 57, or you can watch the second hand on your wristwatch. Makes no difference to me, but you need to count it down until they tell you go ahead. If it's Mike, he ain't gonna tell you go ahead. He's gonna count it down. 60. I promise you, he will. So will Tony. With my foot on the brake, I should lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute. Count it down. Okay? Now, after you do that, first set of numbers you're looking for is 60 psi. You're going to fan your brakes to 60 psi. At 60 psi, I'm going to hear and see an audible alarm. I'm going to hear it because it's a buzzer, and I'm going to see it on my dash. Red circle, 3 bars coming out of it. Explain to your examiner, if I were to ever see or hear that alarm while I was driving, I would pull off to a safe spot and seek help because I'm running out of air. All right? So I pump my brakes down to 60. I know my alarm works both ways. I heard it, I seen it. Second set of numbers, between 25 and 40 psi, my brakes will engage by themselves. So I'm just going to keep pumping. I'm just going to pump the brakes. Alright? Keep pumping and don't quit until both of those brakes pop out. Or sometimes if Tony's in here with you and your parking brake pops out, he'll just reach over and hit the emergency brake. He'll tell you you're done. Okay? The pump down has to go in order. It cannot get out of order, and you have to do it exactly just like I did it. If you do not, you will fail. Please remember that. You can do whatever else you want to do. He tells you you got A on the pre-trip, you can start at that mirror. It don't make it down. Pump down has got to go in order. Does everybody understand?